This program deals with themes of an adult nature and is intended for a mature audience.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
Our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
We must guard against the military-industrial complex.
Exopolitics, paranormal phenomena, and deep analysis of current world events. From somewhere in the desert, between Area 51 and Roswell, blasting across the planet, the Manticore Network proudly presents Veritas, because the truth will set you free.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
The power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty!
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Sooner or later, though, you always have to wake up.
Be skeptical, but don't close your mind.
Greetings to everyone around the world, and a warm welcome to another edition of Veritas, where we uncover the truth, one guest at a time. For those who dare to seek, Veritas is the place where they shall find. I'm your host, Mel Fabregas, and I sincerely thank you for joining me once again. And if this is your first time, make yourself at home. I want to thank all our members. As always, you're keeping Veritas alive. Tonight, we present a September 11 special dedicated to all those who lost their lives and the loved ones left behind. It is for them that we continue searching for the truth. Closure can only come when we really know what happened that day. And to get closer to the truth, tonight's special guest is Dr. Judy Wood, who will discuss her new book, Where Did the Towers Go? The Evidence of Directed Energy Technology on 9/11. Dr. Wood will be with us shortly. To listen to the complete version of tonight's 9/11 special with Dr. Judy Wood, which by the way is over 3 hours long, our past and future shows, become a member. You will receive immediate access to all our inventory of shows, the Veritas private chat room, and the Manticore forum, which by the way, I am no longer posting a lot of news on our blog. I'm posting them on the forum. So if you are a Veritas member, take advantage of that. You have no idea what you're missing. It is not the traditional forum. And you who have been listening to the first segment of this show for some time, isn't it time that you listen to the entire story, the full show? That's the only way this show survives. So I hope you become a member today. Just head on over to our website, veritasshow.com, click on subscribe, and take Veritas with you. And to those who have written about MMS, it is back, domestic and international. To purchase, go to our website, veritasshow.com, and click on the MMS link. And yes, we continue selling our 8GB USB drive with Season 1 and a lot of bonus material. What material? Go to the Veritas store and get ready to be impressed. Shows, ebooks, music. It's filled to the limit. If you need to get in touch with me, go to our website and click on the Contact button, or on Facebook. According to Dr. Judy Wood, the World Trade Center towers did not collapse on September 11, 2001. They were already turned to dust before a gravity-driven collapse was a possibility. Get ready to discuss how this was done. If you want to continue believing, stop this audio now. If you want to know, don't go anywhere. Dr. Judy Wood is coming up next. This is Mel Fabregas, and you are listening to Veritas.
This is Andrew Johnson, and you're listening to The Veritas Show.
Today is September the 11th, the anniversary of one of the darkest days in history. And I would like to take this opportunity to remember those who perished that Tuesday morning and the loved ones they left behind. You will never be forgotten. In the words of Dr. Judy Wood, for the record, I do not believe that our government is responsible for executing the events of September 11th, 2001, nor do I believe that our government is not responsible for executing the events of September 11th, 2001. This is not a case of belief. This is a crime that should be solved by a forensic study of the evidence. Before it can be determined who did it, it must first be determined what was done and how it was done. The order of crime solving is to determine what happened then, how it happened, by what weapon then, who did it, and only then can we address why they did it, the motive. Let us remember what is required to convict someone of a crime. You cannot convict someone of a crime based on belief. You cannot convict someone of a crime if you don't even know what crime to charge them with. If you accuse someone of murder using a gun, you'd better be sure the body has a bullet hole in it. And yet, before noon on September 11, 2001, we were told who had done it and how it had been done. This before any investigation had ever been conducted to determine what had been done. The popular chant, 9/11 was an inside job, is scientifically speaking no different from the chant that 19 bad guys with box cutters did it. Neither one is the result of a scientific investigation supported by evidence that would be admissible in court. Neither identifies what crime was committed or how it was committed. So let us consider the body of empirical evidence that must be explained in order to determine what happened. What will be presented is not a theory, and it is not speculation. It is evidence. And tonight, we will be discussing the evidence of what happened on September 11th, 2001. Dr. Judy Wood received her B.S. in Civil Engineering in 1981, a Master's in Engineering Mechanics in 1983, and a Ph.D. in Materials Engineering Science in 1992 from the Department of Engineering Science and Mechanics at Virginia Polytech Institute and State Institute at Blacksburg, Virginia. From 1999 to 2006, Dr. Wood has been an associate professor in the Mechanical Engineering Department at Clemson University in South Carolina. Among other skills, she is an expert in the use of Moire interferometry, a full-field optical method that is used in stress analysis. She's also the author of the book entitled Where Did the Towers Go? The Evidence of Directed Energy Technology on 9/11. And directly from South Carolina, I would like to welcome Dr. Judy Wood back to Veritas. Hello, Dr. Wood, and welcome back. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure having you on, Dr. Wood. This is our September the 11th special. And after almost a decade, this is still in our minds, and many are still looking at everything but the evidence.
Exactly.
That's what you have been doing for almost a decade, too. Unfortunately, there are many who, one, don't want to look at the evidence, two, they don't want you to discuss the evidence, or three, they are being directed elsewhere because finding out what we will be discussing tonight is not in their best interest. I've discussed this before. When there is a concerted effort to ridicule and shun someone, I've found that maybe we need to listen to what that person has to say. Those of you who have listened to me for some time know that I like to listen to all perspectives. I don't want someone to make decisions for me. Let me listen. Let me analyze. Let me digest the information, and let me come to my own conclusion. That is my job. If there is something I don't understand, is the behavior many people have displayed against you, Dr. Wood, when you simply want to talk about the evidence. You're not trying to prove who did it or why. You simply want to know what happened that day. Am I correct so far, Dr. Wood?
Oh, yes. Yes. My first question on day one, and still, I was pursuing that. Where did the buildings go? Where did the material go? Is gone. By the time the air cleared and you could see, which is about 30 minutes later, it was like a flat football field. Just about. There was, rubble, but not more than like a story or so high. Definitely it was dwarfed by comparison to an 8-story building right next to it. Where did it go? Newscasters asked that same question, and for some reason, by the next day, they quit asking that question, and others quit asking it. It was not so acceptable to ask that question.
And going back, just a quick summary of what we talked about last year. If I remember correctly, you, now in retrospect, you were lucky that you didn't grow up watching TV as most of us growing up. Therefore, you didn't have that programming that most of us go through. We see someone on TV, we see the anchor on the 6 o'clock news, and we see the person talking about the news. When you see a commercial, there's a script, there's a concerted effort to sell you a product. Now you turn on the TV and you see, for example, during the time when we were looking at the Iraq War and in preparation towards it, we see all these former military colonels, generals talking about why it was important to go there. People think it's just the news and you have all these respected individuals talking, when in reality, it was a very, very long commercial to make you believe that we needed to go to war. In other words, television it's a wonderful piece of mind control for all of us. What happened, again, when you woke up that morning and you started looking at the news?
Well, I didn't first start looking at the news. I had a clock alarm radio that came on. I had adjusted to an obnoxious talk show so that it would make sure to wake me up. And it was a day I taught evening class, so I went in late, but I was entering grades and so forth in the next room on my computer, and the thing kicked on, and I didn't get up to go turn it off. And then in the background, I heard him talking about, like, some guy came home late from the